How's it going, my peeps? I'm here with the Raw results / highlights and review video. I'll go over the results, what happened on the show, some of the highlights, and give you guys my thoughts on the show. So it all kicks off with Randy Orton and Sheamus coming out for, once again, another handicap match against the Big Show. So Big Show then comes out, and the match lasts around, like, I don't know, it was less than 10 minutes, I'd say. In the end, Big Show was going to go for a chokeslam on Randy, but Sheamus hit the bro kick on Big Show, and Randy followed it up with an RKO for the 1-2-3. So Randy and Sheamus win the matchup. And after that, the commentators show some footage of SmackDown where 3MB got attacked by the Shields. So then Josh Matthews is backstage interviewing the Shield, and they say, let's just get straight to the point. They're going to go out there in that ring and call out the Shields. So once they came back from commercial break, the Shields, 3MB was in the ring and, waiting for the Shield to come out. They talk, for a short while and then await the Shield. The Shield doesn't come out. Instead, Brock Lesnar's music hits. He comes out, goes inside the ring, quickly attacks all members of the Shield. He throws Heath Slater out of the ring. I think he throws Jinder Mahal too, or clotheslines him. I think he clotheslines him. And then he hits an F5 on Drew McIntyre. And then you see Heath Slater, he was about to go in the ring, but Brock Lesnar saw him trying to get in. So Heath Slater, gets off the apron and then tries to run away, but Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring quickly and stops him with a clothesline. And then he grabs him, hits an F5 on Heath Slater, and Heath Slater lands like quads first onto the barricade. And then he picks him up one more time, hits another F5 on Heath Slater. Once again, Heath Slater goes quad first, leg first onto the barricade when landing. And then Paul Heyman is like, Brock Lesnar, when he came out first, he didn't come out with Paul Heyman, but then you saw Paul Heyman, he was like, enough, that's enough. And the crowd was chanting one more. And Brock was kind of looking at the crowd and nodding as if he was going to go for one more, but he didn't. They then go inside the ring. Paul Heyman talks, and he says that Brock Lesnar wants to fight, and the only person who he wants to fight is Triple H, and that Triple H is the only person to ever knock out Brock Lesnar, and that he proposes, well, he actually says first that they're now 1-1, both have a victory over each other, and so they propose a tiebreaker at Extreme Rules inside a steel cage. He finishes the promo saying, "We've got 2 words for you, challenge issued." After that, it was time for a United States Championship match between Antonio Cesaro and Kofi Kingston, due to, Kofi Kingston getting a non-title victory on SmackDown. And this was a great match, and Kofi Kingston actually connected with 2 Trouble in Paradise. He hit the first one, but Antonio Cesaro rolled out the ring. After that, I was like, okay, you know what, I think Antonio's going to retain. But then, he actually hit another one, so I was like, okay, Kofi Kingston is winning this. And he did. He wins the United States Championship, so now he's a 3-time United States Champion. After the matchup, Josh Matthews is in the ring to get Kofi's thoughts. He says he just brought back the United States Championship home. And, so Kofi Kingston wins so many IC and US Championship reigns. I made a comment that at this rate, maybe Kofi Kingston's going to be like a 10-time US and 10-time IC champion before he retires or something. But, yeah. So, new US champion, Kofi Kingston. After that, Dolph Ziggler comes out to cut a promo as a new champion. He gets interrupted by Del Rio, who says he's going to invoke his rematch clause right now, and he wants the match to be next. Dolph Ziggler's like, no, we can't do this. You were limping down the ramp or whatever. And then Vicky comes out and says, limping or not, we're going to have this match. So she brings out a ref. And then Jack Swagger comes out. And Jack Swagger says, without Jack Swagger, not Jack Swagger, Seb Coulter says, without Jack Swagger, Dolph would not be the world champion. And he says Dolph doesn't deserve to be champion, and Del Rio doesn't deserve to get another shot at being champion. Jack Swagger then attacks Del Rio, attacks his leg, locks on the ankle lock on the outside, and then he leaves while the medics and stuff check out Del Rio. And the match never took place. After that, the primetime players are inside the ring, waiting for a matchup against Team Hell No. Team Hell No comes out. pretty quick match. Team Hell No wins after Kane hits a chokeslam on Darren Young, followed by a headbutt by Daniel Bryan for the 1-2-3. And actually, before the matchup, they announced that next week, it's going to be a 6-man tag team match, The Shield versus Team Hell No and The Undertaker. I was surprised at that. I didn't expect Taker to, I guess, compete or be announced for a matchup. I mean, they announced it, but I'm not sure if Taker will actually compete in that match. I don't know. We'll see next week. Afterwards, it was time for Ryback's explanation. Pretty much, he was like, you know, the Shield attacked me 6 times, and all 6 times you weren't there to help him out. And then all 3 times the Shield attacked John Cena, Ryback helped him out. And bottom line, at the end of the promo, he says, you know, you better see me as who I am or what I am, and that's the biggest threat to your WWE Championship. After that, it was Wade Barrett versus R-Truth. R-Truth actually won the matchup with the little Jimmy. After the match, backstage, Vicky and Brad Maddox are talking about the whole Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler situation. Brad Maddox tells Vicky that the doctor said Del Rio cannot compete tonight, and then Teddy Long comes up to them and says he's got a solution for all this, and that he's already got it set up, and it's Jack Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler one-on-one tonight. And Vicky says she likes the idea, but does Booker T know about this? Teddy Long says he doesn't know, and then Brad Maddox tells Teddy Long, okay, well, go tell somebody about it. Teddy Long says it's not my job, so Teddy Long leaves. And Vicky tells Brad Maddox to get out of her office and tell somebody about it. After that, they had a tag team match. It was the Great Khali and Santino teaming up to face off against the Rhodes Scholars. And towards the end of the matchup, Hornswoggle, by the way, was on the outside and at ringside. Santino hit the Cobra on Damien Sandow inside the ring. And then Cody got inside the ring to try and attack Santino, but Santino ducked and Cody got out of the ring, and then outside the ring, Hornswoggle hits Cody with his own Cobra. He also had a Cobra sock or whatever. So he hits Cody in the stomach. Cody's like, "You're not even doing it right." He grabs Hornswoggle, but the Great Khali gets off the apron and punches Cody Rhodes. That slight distraction allows Damien Sandow to get up and roll up Santino for the victory, so Team Rhodes Scholars win the matchup. And then Fandango, actually, Jerry the King Lawler was in the ring. He showed a video package of people fandangoing, you know, in the news, random fans, cheerleaders, and PETA, a bunch of people fandangoing. So then he introduces Fandango. Fandango comes out, and Jerry the King Lawler asks, I think Fandango tells Jerry the King Lawler, asks him how his hips are doing, and he then tells Jerry the King Lawler if he can move his hips, and then Fandango starts moving his hips, and then Jerry the King Lawler says, alright, well, how about I, move my hips down back to the commentary table. So he leaves, and then Fandango tells the people, do you guys want to start fandangoing? And he says, we'll do it if you guys can say my name right. So he starts saying it, Fandan, and as the crowd says it with him. In the end, he says, you guys can't say my name right, so you can go fandango yourself, and then he leaves. And that is pretty much it for that segment. Matt Striker's then backstage with John Cena, who says he's going to go out in that ring to, for Ryback to come out. And he's even going to wear his shiny, yellow shirt so Ryback can easily find him. And then Jack Swagger comes out for a match against Dolph Ziggler. Jack Swagger actually wins the matchup when Dolph went for the Fame-Acer, but Jack Swagger caught him in the powerbomb position, and then he threw him backwards onto the ropes, rolled him up, got the 1-2-3, won the matchup, won the non-title matchup, so looks like Jack Swagger also might be getting a title shot soon. After the matchup, Del Rio attacks Jack Swagger, locks on the cross-arm breaker while Jack Swagger's under the stage and Del Rio's on the stage. And then the referees break it up and Del Rio gives Dolph Ziggler the wink, and that's it. And then backstage, Matt Striker's interviewing Sheamus again. And once again, Mark Henry attacks Sheamus before really he gets to say anything. Mark Henry attacks Sheamus and then leaves. So once again, Mark Henry attacks Sheamus during an interview. And then CM Punk comes out with Paul Heyman to talk about his loss against The Undertaker. He really doesn't get the time to say much. he was hesitating when, he was talking. When he started talking, anyways, in the end, he's like, he put the Undertaker, or took him to the limits, and then he stops talking and hugs Paul Heyman, gives Paul Heyman the microphone, and just leaves the ring, and that's it. Actually, the crowd was more involved in this segment than all of the previous segments. They were chanting for Undertaker. Well, half of them were chanting Undertaker. The other half was chanting CM Punk. And then backstage, Booker T goes up to Teddy Long, and he's yelling at him about, booking the match Jack Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler, and he announces that Extreme Rules, it's going to be a triple threat match. Well, actually, it doesn't say Extreme Rules, but he says that Dolph Ziggler is going to defend the World Championship against Jack Swagger and Del Rio. Actually, Teddy Long didn't look too happy when Booker T said he'll also defend it against Del Rio, so maybe a Teddy Long heel turn is coming. Anyways, after that, Kaitlyn faced off against Nikki Bella, and Nikki Bella won the matchup when she switched with Brie Bella when the referee had his back turned and was, stopping Kaitlyn or whatever. Brie Bella just shoves Kaitlyn onto the ropes and then rolls her up. 1, 2, 3, wins the matchup. And then it's time for John Cena to confront Ryback. John Cena goes to the ring and calls out Ryback. Ryback comes out. It's John Cena talking the whole time. Ryback doesn't talk, doesn't say anything. They stare down. John Cena is prepared for a fight. And actually, during this segment, I think somebody in the production team or something, I don't know, somebody who handles the cameras or whatever, messed up because you saw this Shield, or Seth Rollins, the Shield, waiting to come out or something. You saw them in the crowd or whatever, wherever they come from. Just for like a split second, and they didn't mention it. And then after a few minutes or something like that, Jerry the King Lawler is like whispering. He's like, "Did you see what I saw a few moments earlier?" or something like that. And Michael Cole says yes. And anyways, the Shield eventually comes out. Their music hits. They come out. But and when they come out, Jerry the King Lawler's like, "Oh, see, I told you. I saw them. Whatever." Anyways, when they come out, Ryback was already outside the ring, because when John Cena and Ryback were having a stare down and were ready to fight, Ryback just left like the typical heel. Looks like it's a full-on heel turn. It's not. He's not a tweener, or he's not a face anymore. So he's outside the ring, and the Shield come out. They look at Ryback for a while, like, is he gonna attack us? Is he gonna get inside the ring? But Ryback's just looking on the ramp. So they surround the ring, attack John Cena. Ryback doesn't do anything. He's just looking on. So they take out John Cena, and then they're looking at Ryback. Ryback then moves up the ramp all the way up to the stage and looks on once again. So the Shield now hits the triple powerbomb on John Cena, and you have Ryback still looking on. So pretty much, I guess Ryback getting payback, because, John Cena, as he stated before in that promo, John Cena did not help Ryback when he got attacked by the Shield, but Ryback helped John Cena. So, that ends Raw. Anyways, highlights for me, I'd say Brock Lesnar coming out when the Shield was calling out the Shield. 3MB was calling out the Shield, so Brock Lesnar came out. Whenever Brock Lesnar's music hits, I get excited. So Brock Lesnar came out, he F5'd Heath Slater twice onto the barricade, and what was the coolest part about it was when Heath Slater tried to run away, and Brock Lesnar quickly got out of the ring, bam, clothesline, stopping Heath Slater in his tracks, and of course then those two F5s on the barricade. And also, I'm really interested in seeing if that 6-man tag team match does indeed take place at next week's Raw. The Brothers of Destruction and Daniel Bryan versus the Shield. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think either they're going to attack The Undertaker, or I don't know. I just have a feeling that the match is not going to take place. But if it does, then, I'm definitely interested in seeing that. Anyways, as far as my review for Raw tonight, I would give it a 6.5 on 10. I think that'd be accurate. 6.5, maybe 7. I'll keep it at 6.5. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, you can click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And tomorrow, you can expect a video from me tomorrow. It's gonna be an online matchup. Not just any online matchup, it's going to be a special online matchup. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. And I'm out. See you guys.